Catherine. I knew as Mum. And for 40-some years of my life, we came to become best friends. One of the things that she always wanted me to do was to go into television and broadcasting. And I know this is her way of telling me, utafanya tena nitataka, because I'm in front of TV screens and there's all kind of media, which is one of the things I always shied away from and never wanted to do. My job was always to be Mom's bodyguard as I got older, and I got to understand that Mummy is Catherine Kasavuli. And before, it was just the radio playing in the background, and I would hear her voice. The maid would tell her, leo alikuwa nakuongelesha kwa radio. You know, lawyers and radios, we keep mixing into this thing. And on that note, for those who know me, I'm sure some of you are wondering, what is he doing? My mom and I formed a very special bond from, I think, the day I was born. We were always laughing with each other, and that's why I really want to thank the MC for giving her the kind of tribute and send-off and the congregation that I admired and I would have wished for her. Laughter. Even when we didn't have much, even when she was struggling to educate me, we always had laughter. In the home, with friends, when she would come to school, my second mother, Dr. Sheila Wamahio, was reminding me of a race my mother and I had in Riara Primary School, where it became quite competitive, and a mother was actually quite happy to beat their child in a school race. And, that kind of toughened me up, and, I took her on for the next one. So that's the kind of relationship we have. It was jovial, joking, and I got to know a lot of the people that she knew as well. And, the journey with Mom, she always, as I'm getting all these tributes, she was proud of me, but I liked her to keep it quiet. I did not want her to talk about me. So one of the first fights we had, we call them fights, but we had disagreements, is please don't put my name in the newspaper when you're being interviewed, and kindly don't put my picture. She says, but how will they know I have a child? I said, well, get a picture from somebody else. I don't know, And she... as much as she wanted me to follow in her footsteps, the reason why I got scared is because the shoes to fill were too huge and they were daunting for me. And I was like, I can never be as good as you in what you do. So I went and I did law, and then somehow she had her way and found me in Radio Africa doing commercial advertising. Then I went into advertising proper for 15 years. And then recently, when she really got unwell and I'd started a new job, I visited her in the hospital, and she says, Mom, Martin, what are you doing now? I said, well, I'm in security. She said, hey, things are that bad. Umekuwa watchman. I said, no, Mom, I'm in virtual security, and actually, we're doing quite good things. He said, oh, so, okay, that brown coat is not your kabuti? I said, no, it's cold outside. So anyway, so that was our relationship. She was very prayerful. She took care of me, she educated me, she made me laugh, she played with the neighborhood kids, and they used to say, you have the coolest mom out there. She would come and play shake with us. She introduced me to people whom I didn't know I should have been in reverence of. I just thought, Mom's friends. Then I started seeing Mom's friends on TV. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then Mom's friends are doing this. And then I started, coming into it. But she was always humble. There wasn't an air about her. And one of the things that she really tried to instill in me was humility. And on the part of humility, I am very humbled by Kenya. You really have taken care of your daughter. You really have taken care of your friend, your colleague. At the time that the news came out, Mom didn't know she had cancer. So my job was to steal her phone. And Mom likes to go into YouTube, watch something religious, something entertaining. And actually, the last thing that I remember showing her on YouTube was, Samir, you're ruining the car. You're going to ruin the car. The rally one where the guy is going. And she was laughing, and that's what she wanted. And we got to spend a bit of time. Some of it was difficult on the bad days. And on that, I just want to encourage I'm not going to say Kenyans, I actually want to speak to sons and men out there. Please take an active role in the women in your lives as far as cancer screening is concerned. Okay? Gentlemen, please, if you're a son, start understanding what the signs are and how often regular checkups are important, and also about treatment. It shouldn't, she's my mom, so of course I'm there to take care of her, feed her, but also having the knowledge and taking early steps is very key and crucial. So I just want to encourage you all, if there's a legacy that I would like mom to leave, other than her profession and everything else she's done, is just to get men to take an active role in women as far as cancer is concerned. Please, gentlemen, step up to the plate. It is our time. To the honored guests and dignitaries, I cannot say thank you enough. To CS Ababu, I was very nervous when that picture was about to go out, and you gave me the opportunity. And one of the things that I can't remember who it was said, son, either allow us to help your mother or get out of the way. And I said, okay. So they said, this is what we need to do. And I realized I was still being my mom's bodyguard, being very protective. I didn't want, to take away her privacy, because many of you have little bits. Trust me, the only person who knows the full story is here. And I'll tell you this, she was the most humble of people, most conservative, beauty and glamour aside. Speaking of beauty, ladies, on Instagram, a shop is starting where I'm going to be selling mom's beauty secrets. It's starting at $19.99 plus VAT. So, Munione, if you want the real one, I can also sell that to you. Yeah. Even as cancer robbed her of her health, that smile. My son, you're here. I'm like, yes, mom, I've come from work. Okay, where were you? What did you do? She always wanted to know what I was doing. She loved me telling her stories about the news. And I was like, hang on, weren't you just on? Okay, that's mom. And she prayed and she said thank you when I updated her of how Kenyans had been kind in supporting her, and with a blood drive, with the well wishes and the prayers. And I'll tell you this, there was a day things were so bad. I got so many WhatsApp praying for mom. The next day she was good. She was much better, and she stayed strong for months onwards. But she was also very cheeky patient. Very, very cheeky. The nurses are there. I'm about to excuse myself because they want to give her medicine. And then she's looking at one of the nurses and she's like... So to the KNH staff, nawaomba msamaha, but your friend. And she made so many friends, from Cecilia to Baby, the ladies who used to bring her food, to the chef. I apologize for sneaking in osobuko, samahani, but she wanted it and I had to get it for her. That was